Hello guys, how we doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. What's up?
Yeah, it's great to get to speak to you. I had the chance to check out the movie about a month ago, and get a review out there quite early. So it's great to finally get to speak to all of you. Um, I've got some questions that I sort of put out there to some of my TikTok audience, to get for you guys as well as some of my own. Um, Particularly the source material of the plague is something that I'm sure a lot of people will be able to relate to when they get the chance to see it on the big screen. So first off, Charlie, there's some really deep themes of school bullying here. Um, but what was it that gave you the inspiration to bring that to the cinema?
I guess I felt like I was looking back at some personal experiences and talking to a lot of friends about like their experiences of being this age and just felt like I hadn't really seen it like explored in this type of a way before. And that I just felt like I had a very like particular personal angle into this, where I could create an experience that's a little more like immersive inside the head of someone who is very anxious and who's navigating all the kind of like social dynamics, of meeting a whole new group of boys at like a camp like this. And so I don't know, it just felt like something that could be a very intense cinematic experience and something that I felt I could bring something to.
Yeah, and there's some really haunting scenes within the movie, particularly the accompanying score. At times, I was petrified by just some of the music that was being used, and for me personally, spoiler alert, it's one of my top 10 horror movies of the year. But was there a reason why you went more down the horror route than more of a mainstream narrative?
Um, I think I just tried to keep everything focused on immersing the audience in Ben's head. And I think that his head is a place that's like very intense and he's very overwhelmed by the situation he's in and all the things that are happening and trying to navigate that. And I think that when you're in a very like psychological type of filmmaking and someone's going through a very like intense experience, I think that just naturally veers into some genre territory. And then of course the sort of elements of that kind of hypochondria, like feeling there's something wrong with you and there's something weird in your body and you don't know if it's just like a normal pimple or something weird is going on and you're doubting yourself. And I think that that also is something that everyone experiences who's ever had a pimple or whatever. But I think it also, it lends itself to certain genre things because it's in your body and it's tactile and it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, and for Everett and Kayo, with it being such a unique and interesting concept, was there anything else that about the project that drew you into it instantly?
Yeah, for me, I think I remember reading the script, and I mean, something that I thought was really interesting is that there's a lot of people to connect with in the script. It's not just like a one-sided story that's the, there's one character that someone can relate to, and and that's kind of it, and that's the extent of it. I feel like there's it, I mean, there's a lot of different minds and different emotions that come from different people. And I think, having a story that has multiple people that, whether you relate to Ben and being bullied or Eli, being bullied or, having to try to balance wanting to fit in with people, but also wanting to be nice to the outcasts or, I don't know if you've been in any of the other boys' roles or like Xavier's role, who's trying to be nice to Ben as well. I feel like that's something that was really cool for me, that there's not just one person. You're not just seeing through one person's eyes and mind.
Yeah, I really like it because I feel like it's so relatable, and I feel like everybody who's watched it and's talked to me has really said like this has happened to them in like to their friend or to them or something like that has happened to them in their teen years, and I feel like because Charlie almost lived that, I feel like he made it so real, and I feel like it wasn't when I was first reading it, it wasn't just some like far-fetched horror movie. It was like it felt super real, and yeah, that's what I really liked about it.
And given that, Charlie, it's your directorial debut, Kayo, your first acting role, and Everett, even you, a relative newcomer to the big screen,
Mm.
how is it feeling to you guys seeing that already the movie's won an array of awards, but individually you're all receiving critics' praise, particularly through American critic circles. How is that feeling for you guys?
Surreal.
Yeah.
Surreal, right? Right, Everett? It's
It's
crazy.
yeah, it's crazy. And like I feel like especially in acting and in film in general, you kind of have an expectation that whatever you do, you're gonna have a slow build, and it's the first thing is gonna not be anything, the second thing is gonna be a little more, and then it's like over 20 years, then you finally get like, seen and get like, seen by critics and by people and kind of get recognized for your work. But like I didn't expect it, and I don't know if anyone else did, but like to see this kind of just blow up, and to have that, an expectation in the back of my mind that it's supposed to, you take longer to work for something, to have this be as big and as recognized as it was really incredible, and it's really surreal, like Kayo said. I mean, I think a lot of us are really thrilled with what's been happening, and how it's been viewed, and everyone being recognized. Charlie, the cast, the sound, the cinematography. It's all been been getting great reviews, and it was I was really happy to see this. And I couldn't make it to Cannes, so I didn't really know what to expect kind of from it, because I wasn't in the audience and I wasn't there at the screening. So it was an extra big surprise for me when all of this happened.
Yeah, and seeing these guys like get nominated against some of the like greatest, most successful actors working right now is incredible, and I think completely deserved. And I remember shooting it and being like, "Oh my God, the performances are going to be incredible in this." Like that's the one thing I knew for sure leaving the shoot. And so it's very exciting to see that recognition happening. And yeah, I mean, I think with a movie like this that is, not starring a lot of like celebrities and is not a, traditional type of like high concept genre movie or high concept, you know, big commercial studio type film, it always depends on kind of like word of mouth and critics and things like that to get a film like this out there. And there's so many people who said that the script, they liked the script, but that it was like I should write something more traditionally commercial and focus on that instead. And, the support that I had along the way to like hold on to the vision and to make this really feels like validated for me and for all the people who believed in me and in the script all along the way, because now, it's amazing to see that there's a chance for an audience to actually like see it and connect with it.
I think I'm up on time, but thank you so much for joining. The one thing I will say is congratulations to all of you. It is a phenomenal movie, and I can't wait to see the success that it has when it comes out. And also keep an eye out for the Oklahoma Film Critics Awards that will be announced soon. Um, I know
Great.
I've been a very big advocate for this movie within our close community.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you, man.
You